Oh, hey guys, what's up? Oh, and Dwight the office cat is back under my desk. I tried to get all three of the smaller cats in here because Nugget, the older cat, doesn't like me too much. The two girls were just meerkatting over the door trying to get to the other side, but Dwight knows what's up. He'll be over there at some point. We got cat treats, so he'll be over there. Any super chat or membership gets Dwight cat treats. Greg, second one here. Facty, hi y'all. Hi. Got 8 people here in a minute. That's not promising. We're just going to do a short video. That's 17 minutes that I edited down. It is a guy who decides to go full soft-sit over a, Jesus Christ, I already forgot, a dog at large ticket, where apparently his dog got out after this judge ruled your dog has to be on a leash or in your gate or in your fence. He apparently wasn't cool with that and did whatever he wanted to do. So we're going to play this. Oh yes. Dog at large ticket. Sure as shit. I'm going to be watching on my phone for a hot second just to make sure everything's going smoothly. Enjoy the video. And once this is done, we're going to talk for a second and then we're done.
Good luck. Candace Leslie Langmeyer, 25B82433. 8244. Might as well call up your co-defendant too here. James Robert Adams, 25B823, 70A, B, and C. Your name, ma'am?
Candace Leslie Langmeyer.
All right, so you're charged with running the dog running at large. You're also charged with 2 counts of that and no dog license. Your name, sir?
James Robert, Special Appearance James Robert Adams.
All right, how you doing, Mr. Adams?
All right, sir.
All right, you're charged with dog at large, and no dog license as well.
Mm-hmm.
We have, let me see here.
I think you
have another charge. You have also 25B82371. So you have 70A, B, and C, and you have 82371. And ma'am, you just have 3 charges here. So each of you have the right, let's see.
I reserve all my rights.
Each of you have the right to, what's that?
I reserve all my rights. I don't want jury trial.
You don't want a jury trial?
I do want a jury trial. I reserve my rights. I want a jury trial.
All right, let's slow down. You have the right to a lawyer for arraignment here today. Do you want a lawyer?
No, sir.
Do you want a lawyer?
No, sir.
All right. On number 24 of 24, it's alleged.
If it was something I could handle this matter today with whomever, I would be willing to do that.
I'm not gonna. I don't have anything to do with it. I'm just gonna arraign you and send you to the prosecutor.
Absolutely.
So you have a dog roaming at large on Langdon. It says versus near Eric. Both of you do the same charge. It's November 24 of 24 at 12:19 a.m. So each of you have 2 charges of dog at large, 1 charge of no dog license. That's a civil infraction. The dog at large charges are punishable by up to 500 fines, 90 days jail, costs, or all of those. And the civil infractions are punishable by payment of fines and costs only.
ATB Films. What city was that in? Do you know? Because if it's the one I'm thinking of, I'm familiar with that one. C. Allen, the dog was not involved in commerce per Black's Lab Dictionary. He does not need a license. I think dog licenses are stupid, but it is what it is.
You also have, Mr. Adams, another charge for some reason. Let me see here.
I don't even know what that's. I don't think I have that, to be honest with you.
You have another charge of, you have 2 dog license required charges. So it looks like they just issued, I'm sorry, ma'am. So do you. You have 82434. So both of you have 2 dog at large charges, 2 dog license no dog license charges. Those are civil infractions. Both of you have 2 of those each.
So, Your Honor, can I speak for a second?
Depends what you're going to say.
Prefer you not to.
So this is, you seeing her, it's been over a year, I think.
Actually, if I can speak.
Go ahead.
Okay, so as of June 22nd, 2023, when I came for a violation of probation.
In front of me?
In front of you, yes, sir.
Multiple times. I
Yes.
remember it well.
Right, so that day when I was here in court, we had come to an agreement with the prosecutor, with our lawyer present, that from that day forward, he has full responsibility. It was known to let animal control was here as well. So as of that day, he took on full responsibility for the dogs. I was no longer to be contacted, just so I didn't
All
have
right,
to be.
you can talk to the prosecutor about that. I
Okay.
know.
What she just did was say, not my problem anymore, Your Honor. Oh, speaking of not your problem, got the old merch shirt on. The link will be somewhere in the video afterwards, I promise. Shirt. Also, the blanket, if you guys are wondering, that is Nicolas Cage inside of a banana. I got that for, somebody got it for me for Christmas. It's the greatest blanket ever.
Nothing about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But those are the possible penalties. So I want to make sure you understand it. Do you understand it, Mr. Adams?
Absolutely.
Do you, Ms. Langmeyer?
Yes, sir.
And did you sign, read, and understand and advice the rights form, Ms. Langmeyer?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Adams?
Yes, sir.
So I just want you to know if you plead guilty at any time, you'll be giving up all those rights and there will be no hearing or trial. Do you understand that, Ms. Langmeyer?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Adams?
Yes, sir.
Do you still wish to waive your right to a lawyer, Mr. Adams?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Langmeyer?
Yes, sir.
Give me, I just gotta get this. All right. Okay. So you guys can go and talk to the prosecutor.
Okay.
I don't remember what kind of dogs they are.
Well, I have a new one, so I used to have an old one. He passed away.
I'm gonna give you a personal bond of 500, but I'm gonna add the conditions when you come back here. Okay? So I'll enter not guilty pleas for both of you. You can go and talk to the prosecutor. The dogs, actually, whatever dogs, how many do you own now?
I have 2.
What kind?
One is a coonhound, and the other one is a mastiff.
So they either have to be in your house, in a fenced-in yard, or on a leash, equipped with a muzzle, accompanied by you. That's a condition of your bond. Do you understand that?
I do. So I have one question.
Hang on one second. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what's your question?
My question is, so the last time we were here, I actually had a fence, like it was an invisible fence. It's not very good. They fail. So what I did buy is I have a GPS collar to it. That's what, I have GPS collars that are electronic fences.
I'll tell you what I'm gonna do.
So,
We're gonna talk about all this when you come back in after you talk to the prosecutor. Maybe you can mention to her what you did, all
Yeah.
right?
okay,
And I'll call all these cases when you talk to her,
Okay.
and we'll go from there, all right?
Okay.
But we'll talk about the bond conditions. But as of right now, what I just said are bond conditions. If you got some reason to ask me to do something different, I'll be glad to listen, okay?
Okay.
Thanks. Brian Emmerich, Bruder.
All right, so while we got a second, they went to go talk to the prosecutor and came back. Coonhound, not the largest dog in the world. Probably scares some people that are afraid of dogs and some small kids. It is what it is. A mastiff, that's probably what they're referring to with keep it in the fence, keep it on a leash, keep it on a muzzle. That's probably what they're talking about. Yeah, I don't recall. I remember the first case that they were here, and I don't know if he went Sovsit in that one. But the fact that he wasn't in jail kind of seems like he didn't try to do anything crazy Sovsit-wise. Unless that collar has a C4 remote detonating explosive device. Yeah, I lost my fear of kids a long time ago. Dogs don't really frighten me, especially my own dogs, but dogs are normally cool with me. Cats are the ones that don't like me. 2 of the 4 cats we have are cool with me. The other 2 are like, yeah, who is this guy? But yeah, let's get back to this. I'm trying to do these different, more structured. And if you guys, I don't know if you guys saw it today. Tomorrow I'll probably be streaming to that First Amendment Protection Agency guy has some wild conspiracy theories about YouTube allowing people to illegally privacy strike his videos, even though he knows exactly who privacy struck it because he's in the video the entire time. We'll be streaming that tomorrow. That'll be even more structured, but just bear with me.
Right. You too, Ms. Fully-Cut. Then we'll all be happy. Everybody's happy. That's what we want when we leave the courthouse, right? Happiness among all. Take care.
I appreciate it.
Thank you. You too. All
The
right.
judge is already
Did you
done.
meet with Ms. Langmeyer and Mr. Adams?
I did, Your Honor.
What are we doing on that?
We're scheduling it for jury trial. I would also like to address bond when appropriate.
James Robert Adams, 25B 82370A B C. Hang on one second. Seems like I'm missing a ticket maybe now. A, B, and C, and then Langmeyer, Candace Langmeyer. 25B 82433A B C, and there's also 834 behind this as well. So we have, just for the record, I don't know if you saw it, Ms. Foley Carter. We got 2 counts of dog roaming at large, 2 counts of no dog licenses to each defendant.
Correct, Your Honor.
I had told your name, sir?
James Robert Adams.
Ma'am, your name?
Candace Leslie Langmeyer.
I had told them before that I wanted the dog to remain in the house in a fenced-in yard or on a leash, accompanied with a muzzle. He talked about some other thing he had.
It's a Jeep fence. It's a Jeep fence. That's kind of like a new state of the art.
What do you want to say, Ms. Carter?
Yeah, well, first off, whatever collars he has, if they are fixed with these collars, they're not working. The dogs are in the road, bothering joggers, bothering other people that are walking their dog, defecating on neighbors' property. They are houses down yonder. This has been going on for years now.
I know it has. Ms. Langmeyer was in front of me on a multitude of cases, so much where I actually threatened jail on this because you can't keep letting dogs run around the neighborhood, folks.
If they were out of the yard, we were there with them and they get back in the
I'm
yard.
just telling you.
I'm just, they don't like running loose. We're there. Now we're there. Now, before my boys would let them out, I don't even let them out. I am there. So if and that's why I want to see the video. I need to see what there's.
Well, here's what I'm doing.
Larry across the street has been creating issues, not just with me, with every other neighbor, and he's also surveillancing my property,
Hang on a second. Slow
which is
down.
against the law.
Hang on. I just can't believe it's coming to this again. I saw these up today.
I spent thousands of dollars.
Hang on. I just can't.
Oh, wow. It threw me on the big screen, but that's fine because I have a lot to say here. So, if you're going to spend thousands of dollars on a fence, you should probably make sure that fence fucking works. Personally, if I was going to spend thousands of dollars on a fence, I would be building the giant, like the most giant privacy fence or a brick cinder block wall to make my shit look like a compound. I'm not going to say, oh, this technology that is kind of just a deterrence and not an actual fence, I'm going to try that first. It doesn't make any sense.
We are still going on and on about these dogs.
They haven't hurt anybody.
They haven't hurt anybody. They haven't hurt anybody. So we should wait until your dog, your giant mastiff that's probably 100+ pounds, we should wait for it to eat a little kid before we make you put it in a fence. That's wild. It's not against the law for security cameras to get your neighbor's yard. As a man with many security cameras, make myself real big for this. As a man with many security cameras, my security cameras catch damn near every house on my block. Not because I want them to, but because that's just how much real estate that I'm surveilling. Just to make sure no sovereign citizens or frauditors run up on my property and try to do dumb shit. Josh, looking at you. Adam Denlinger, looking at you. Well, your running days are over, but riding your, scooter up my driveway, that's not going to happen. So, yeah, if that's the case, then every Ring doorbell from here to Alaska is against the law.
But they can't run the
They're
neighborhood.
not, I'm telling you, if it's 1 or 2 times.
Look, I don't know that they were not on this.
I need to see the evidence,
Yeah,
Your Honor.
so
I
we
really
need to
do.
see.
I need to see it, because as far as I know, they haven't been.
All I know is this. I had multiple cases. I don't know if this is this your wife or girlfriend or what. I don't care. But with Ms. Langmeyer, I had multiple cases with her.
Yeah.
Multiple cases.
And
So much so that I actually was threatening to send her to jail on dog at large, which I've never done, and never threatened anybody about jail, and actually was serious about sending her to jail because I had multiple cases and complaints from neighbors, it sounded like. So now here I am 2 years later back dealing with dog at large cases again. I'm just telling you, I'm going to give you your trial, but just remember, there's no defense to this except the dog it can't be running around the neighborhood. That's dog at large.
I don't know
Hang
that it
on.
has been.
I'm not saying they were.
That's why we
I'm
need to
just
see.
telling you guys, I'm sticking with the bond conditions I just gave you. Dogs to remain in defendant's home, fenced-in yard, or on a leash, accompanied by the owner and equipped with a muzzle. That's it. That's the order of the court. And you're not to have any contact with prosecution witnesses at all. Now, I'm going to give you your jury trial. We'll set it up now if you want. But those dogs, look, I don't know what kind. You told me what they were. Didn't sound overly well. The Mastiff isn't exactly a little dog. Those dogs are
Well,
huge.
he's a mutt. He's not that big.
Mixture, he's not that
He's
big.
about the same size as our coonhound.
I don't care,
He's 2 years old.
folks.
He's a
There
puppy.
are laws and you got to comply with them. And I just think it's silly that we've gotten to this point.
It's
It
ridiculous.
is.
Just please listen. Yeah, but this has been going on for years. Maybe not in the last 2. I don't know. I heard that case Judge Heston did.
All right, just because I looked this up right now in real time. A Mastiff, female, 120 to 170, male, 160 to 230. If a coonhound is that big, congratulations, it's not a coonhound. Like, that's not a thing.
Didn't you, Ms. Langmeyer, a year or so ago on one of these?
No.
No.
Are you sure?
I think,
They
yeah.
did, Your
Oh,
Honor.
no,
It was ultimately dismissed and issued against Mr. Adams.
No, I know.
Oh, yeah,
Well, I'm
that's
just
what it was.
saying,
yeah, that's
I
what
haven't had
it
you in
was.
front of me in at least 2 years, probably, Ms. Langmeyer.
And
But
so it was in front of Judge Heston then in
Yeah.
June of 23. Yeah.
And
so I'm just telling you that you can't.
if my dog damages or do anything wrong to
They
anybody,
don't have the right to run through the
as
neighborhood.
far as they
Again, I just looked up coonhound, which I know it'll bring up 50 different breeds. None of them are more than 80 pounds. And in my head, that is peak prime physical condition male, what is it? Blue tick coonhound, which I doubt they have. And Greg, thank you for throwing up the old merch store. Thank you.
haven't.
Okay.
So I need to.
I forgot to tell you, it's almost as if he's trying the no victim, no crime, sovereign citizen talking point, but about a gigantic 200-pound dog. Which, I mean, isn't crazy because they also try it with a several-ton car, so are we really surprised?
Well, they have to prove that. They have to prove it.
Yes,
They
I
have
need
to-
to know that. I mean, I can't. Larry, the guy across the street's half nuts. He's 80 years old. He's surveillance my property, surveillance in my next door neighbor's
Taking
property.
pictures of the kids.
And then he's actually some of those issues, those tickets. I went and
How old
looked
are
at
you,
them.
Mr. Adams?
Am I 51?
Then you're old enough to know that life is awful short. and this is silly stuff. that we're
It's
talking about.
ridiculous.
is.
It's insanity.
It is. And I tell you what, if my dogs do any damages to anyone, I'll make them whole again.
It's not the point.
You know what I mean?
Can't
I
have
don't-
dogs running through the
They're
neighborhood.
not,
They don't
though.
run
They're not.
they-
That's what I'm saying is that I don't know that they have. I don't know any since.
Okay, so she's gonna have to prove her case. I'm gonna give you guys those bond conditions. I expect you to comply with them. I'm gonna give you a pretrial date. You're gonna come back. If you choose to resolve it then, great. If you don't, that's fine. We'll set it for a jury trial, okay?
Yes.
I don't have any problem with that, but just remember, just for whatever it's worth, awful tough for a lawyer to win or a non-lawyer to win a jury trial. I know everybody thinks this business is easy.
It's not.
It's not. And I'm just telling you, you have every right to represent yourself. I'm not going to deny you that right. You can sit there and play Perry Mason all you want. I'm just telling you, it's awful hard for a non-lawyer to, you don't know what you're doing, even though you think you do. What day we giving, Lisa? Write it down. February 12th at what time?
10.
Oh, KTZ, you got me. You got me. I guess we got to give Dwight some treats. Good. But no, so Hudson is the giant black Great Pyrenees, the gigantic one. He maybe reached 100, maybe on a fat day, maybe 120. Was not scared of him at all. He bit my foot once, popped a hole through the bottom of my croc, hit my skin, didn't draw blood, decided, okay, I'm done fighting. I bit dad. I screwed up. I'm 5'10", 210. I am not going to fight a dog that weighs 230 pounds. That just doesn't make any sense. So the fact that he's just sitting there going, oh yeah, it didn't hurt anybody. I'll make somebody whole if their property gets messed up. They could eat all of my children. That's how big it is. But he's just like, nah, it's fine. Hopefully my sound came back. Come here, Dwight. Dwight the office cat. Come here. Here, look. I got you treats. There you go. It's on your blanket. Go hang out with Nicolas Cage. Oh, I took that thing off already. Let me know if my sound came back, because that's going to be really annoying after I just replaced a camera to have to replace a microphone. We only have a couple more minutes of this.
And then we'll set it for a jury if it's all. Think about what I'm saying, Mr. Adams.
Yeah.
All I want is the dogs to remain in your yard or in your house or on leash, accompanied by you or your wife or girlfriend and or other suitable owner and equipped with a muzzle. That's what I want. That's what's going to happen now. We have the same as Fully
I
Carter.
just want to clarify 2 points about their bond. I know that it said that the dogs need to remain a fenced in yard. I know they seem to believe that the individual fence, but it is not.
We have.
I would ask that the
Yeah,
dogs remain on a
Alex.
tether or leash at all times.
They-
Additionally, for prosecution witnesses, specifically Larry Krasinski, I don't want them to have any contact with him or go back to his home. They did post something on his property after the animal control officer.
Hang on a second. Let's take one thing at a time. You just got done telling me, Mr. Adams, I thought, please correct me, did you not say that that doesn't always work? The fence, the invisible fence?
We got,
No, it's the wireless ones that you put in the ground.
that's why we got them these
That's
halo
why I
collars,
got them the Halo ones.
GPS collars.
So the one.
Well, it must
the
not be
wire
working, or at least if you had it, listen to me.
breaks. I couldn't.
If you had it November 24th, the dog would have got out of the yard.
Okay, so depending on the size, depending on the size of his yard, if he has a massive yard or it's open to his neighbors and they see a dog outside running around, they don't know about the fence, sure, they could claim, oh, it's out, and then turns out, oh no, it's not actually out, it's behind that invisible fence. But the fact that they're getting reports that these dogs are out in other people's yards dropping fucking dookies on their front porch, that's harder to say, oh, my my mastiff didn't get out. It's like, it's either your mastiff got out and shit on somebody's porch, or a grown-ass man is going around this neighborhood just shitting everywhere. And since I'm pretty sure this is a Woodhaven court and not a San Francisco court, my guess is the mastiff got out.
Right? If it was worth, if they think that the dog was out of the yard on November
I
24th.
want to see if maybe my kids let them out and they didn't put the collars on them.
Right.
They don't wear them 24
Only your
hours.
kids. I've heard this story about your kids.
13 and
before.
16 now.
Well, they
13 to
need
16
to
now.
be trained.
Yeah.
I want, no, that dog has to either be in a cyclone fenced yard, in your house, or on a leash equipped with a muzzle and accompanied by you or another suitable adult.
Correct.
That's it.
Okay.
I'll see you guys here on the 9th. What are we doing? The 12th time, Lisa?
10.
12th at 10. Will you write that on those files, please, Lisa? I get a
Judge,
February 12th?
February 12th. And if we don't resolve it then, we'll set it for a jury trial.
Okay.
But you guys, I would encourage you to try to get together. Wait a minute. What else did you mention? You don't want him to have any contact with who?
Larry Krasinski.
Krasinski?
Yes.
How do you spell the last name?
It is KORYCIN.
KORYCAN.
CIN.
CIN.
FAI. And that's returned to his home.
Yeah, can you read this?
Wait a minute. What's Larry Krasinski here?
He's
Was he-
surveillancing my property.
Wait a minute.
He is a,
Wait a minute. Slow down. Was he the one that made the complaint about the dog being at large?
he is, Your Honor.
Okay. Well, that's okay. That's fair. No contact with Larry Krasinski then. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
You want to have
We'll just put
contact with him anyway.
Yeah, but I did write him a letter. That was what I was supposed to.
You already sent it.
Yes.
Well, I walked it over there,
Well,
knocked on
we
his
did
door to hand it to him.
hand
He
it
was
to
home.
him. That's what we did.
What day was that? I have it written down. 12/30/2024.
12:30. And then,
Well, that isn't a bond violation. You've already done that.
Correct.
I didn't
Yes.
have that bond in effect.
Correct.
Now I do. So now you can't deliver any more letters or call them or write them or see them or text them.
That's all we had to do.
that was what we were supposed to by law.
Come on, guys. Let's get this in order, please.
Yes, sir.
We'll see you here in a couple of weeks. Have a great day. Go down, I'll get your notice. Thank you.
Oh, there you go, guys. You get to see all the weird shit that me and my kids watch on fucking YouTube. All right, so that's the video. Yeah, stop arguing with the judge if that's not just the easiest thing to do. So my dogs are both, Dexter's probably 70, Bella's probably right now maybe 60 pounds. Hudson was like 100, like I said, and they just get smaller after that, but they're all terrified of cats. Dexter will run upstairs and pretend that the cats don't exist. If they're next to where he needs to go, he will get on the other side of the road or other side of the hallway and cross slowly so they don't attack him. And Bella just plain out pretends no cats exist. Hey, KTZ, it could be worse. We have, if you guys could, let me pull this up again. Let's pull up the cat cam, even though nobody's over there. But that gets a decent view of my, that's the bay window bench that's in my office. How you doing? It's in my office. Proof. On the left side of my yard is a gigantic 6 foot, 7 foot, gonna go a little Wayne song on that one. But it's a 6 foot, 7 foot, like one of those giant white plastic fences I think we've all seen. And on the other side, it's like a 4 foot, 5 foot, exact same white plastic, but it's just like a slat fence all the way down. And in the back, it's got just a regular chain link fence. Dexter is afraid to cross or go over any of them. He's gotten out one time at like the old house when I was taking the kids to school. He was waiting for me on the front porch when I got home because he knows where the food's at. And Bella's trained okay enough not to leave. And I stress okay enough. Yeah, it's really easy. Like, just put up a fence. Or do what I do right now before I can get a gate. We just have one of those, like, 16-inch screws that I put in the ground before it froze. And, like, a 20-foot lead. And that's what we put the dogs on right now so they don't go anywhere. I think I told you guys, I put, like, the sound vibrate shock collars on all the dogs. Dexter doesn't need one because if another dog gets beeped with the sound, Dexter thinks he just got electrocuted, even though he's not wearing a collar at all. Yeah, once you hit 230 pounds, getting a small electric shock does not bother you as much as it would if it was like a Yorkie. 75 today, 49 tonight. Yesterday it was in the high 40s, raining all day. And as soon as the sun went down, it hit like 20 and everything froze. So it's just an ice rink outside right now for me. But yeah, so tomorrow, let me take this down real quick. Tomorrow, I will be covering Fappa, the kid that looks like the fake glasses in the nose. I'll be covering him again because it's my second time covering him. And dear God, somebody got butthurt in my shorts. That sounded awkward. In my YouTube shorts that I make, I drop it into an editor, cut it up into a bunch of shorts, put that out, and I guess one of his subscribers, who also supports Lane Myers of all people, threw a fit. So we're going to cover him again. He has some weird conspiracy theories about how, like I said earlier, he thinks YouTube's targeting him or some nonsense. Nice shirt. Yeah, KTZ, you missed it earlier. I posed for the shirt, pitched the merch store, and then Greg threw up the link. Yeah, I'm almost positive that, like, let's say his dog got out one or two times, his neighbors would have probably got the dog and been like, hey, can this not happen all the time? But if it's happening more than like 2, 5, 10 times, yeah, the police being called is probably warranted. Yeah, I try. If you guys want this, go to the merch store. If somebody wants to throw that up again on screen. We got coffee cups too. All right. I'm going to hop off here. I got a Red Wings game to watch. I eventually have to make the video of Eric Martin's traffic stop simply because he talks about Black's Law Dictionary, and I absolutely love when sovereign citizens do that. And I get to use Sinise versus Rowe because Eric Martin's an idiot. But what can you really expect from a wannabe master magician? All right. Everybody have a good rest of your day or night. Watch the Red Wings. They've already been on for an hour and a half. Who knows? We're on like a 4 or 5 game win streak. But here we go. All right. Everybody have a good rest of your day. Bye.